What if I'm going to tell that there is one thing that you can do right here, right now, today, that is going to radically change the outcome of a specific set of activity? Now, when I say a specific set of activity, I'm referring to anything and everything that you can be in your personal life or even in your business side of your life. For example, a negotiation or maybe a presentation that you're about to do or even a sales meeting. Now, what if there is one thing that you can do way before this set of activity even happens, and once you actually do it, it's going to radically change the outcome of that set of activity itself? Hey, my name is Ulysses, and I teach neuro-linguistics programming, NLP, to trainers, coaches, consultants, speakers, and corporate executives. And the only one thing that we focus on putting into each and every of our participants and students' hands is the ability to influence the other person's behavior and reaction based on the way that we communicate with them. Now, there is one thing that I want to introduce to you in this video here today, and once you actually put it into your tactical day-to-day work, it is going to radically change the outcome for you. Now, before I go into that, if you want to know more about this and a dozen over other things that we actually teach in neuro-linguistics programming, go over to nlpmindcontrolmethod.com. Right, it is nlpmindcontrolmethod.com, and I wrote a letter over there for you, and you can actually read out more on that page itself. All right, so coming back to this specific technique. Now, this is powerful. The reason why I say that is that even one of the leading universities in America has launched a very aggressive study to really find out why this one technique works so well. All right, but before we even talk about that technique itself, now, here is one thing that I want to actually bring your attention to. The activity itself. Now, once again, when we talk about the activity, we are referring to anything that you do in any part of your life. So for business or for your work-related context, this activity can be a negotiation that you need to actually negotiate something with your supplier, your vendors, or your key accounts. That's for example. Or it can be a sales meeting that you are trying to pitch a product or a service to the prospective clients. Or it can be a presentation that you're trying to influence certain stakeholders that's important to your organization or your business. All right, so this activity can mean literally anything and everything. Right, so the very first thing that is really going to be important is to establish what is the result that we really want to achieve from this set of activity. All right, so we got to be clear about this. The results, all right, that we want to derive from this set of activity. For example, if you're walking into a negotiation with someone that is important to your organization, obviously, so that outcome or the result of that activity may be that you want to actually close off a contract and save some money. For example, if you're meeting with a vendor. So if you're walking into a sales presentation, the outcome or the result will be to close a sale, for example. Does that make sense? So we got to define that result as clear as crystal so that we are able to really put in this one specific technique that's going to radically change everything for you. Now, I hope that you are ready for this, because once you are able to identify exactly like the activity and the result itself that you want to actually achieve through that set of activity, now here is the powerful thing. This technique that we actually use under the study of neuro-linguistics programming is what we call as a pre-frame. Have you ever heard about the phrase that says, "Do not judge a book by its cover"? And you know what? That is so true. But do you know what is even more true than that is that we judge a book by its cover. And that is just true. So instead of like going against like human nature, why not use this to your fullest advantage? Now, that is exactly what I want to tell you in this video today. How can you exactly use this very specific human nature and put it into this concept of what we call pre-framing to gain maximum leverage for yourself, all right? So, while pre-framing is concerned, now, this exactly means that what must the other person or the group of people be able to see, hear, or even feel way before you step into the activity with them, for example, negotiation, presentation, or a sales meeting, so on and so forth, that will actually already affect and move them towards the results that you want. So let's take, for example, a sales meeting. So you are meeting up with a prospective client, right? That is the activity itself, right? So what is the question that you need to ask yourself is that, what is the pre-frame that we need to set so that the prospective client is already starting to move towards the result that you want them to achieve with you? So I'm just thinking out loud right now, like what is exactly the kind of pre-frame that we can set over here in this context? So for example, for a person to purchase something from you, they must be able to see that you're a credible person. They must be able to see that you have done business with other people that are similar in the industry as them. That's for example, right? So they must be able to see here, maybe even feel that in a way or another before they actually decide to do business with you. So you know what? Most people will be like jumping into the activity, the sales meeting in this example itself, to there and there demonstrate all this. That while that is good, but what if you can already be able to demonstrate this specific or this set of specific things way before the activity takes place? Wouldn't it be a lot more powerful? Wouldn't it actually help you to have more leverage in terms of your negotiation, in terms of your sales pitch during the sales meeting itself? The answer is obvious, yes. The more we are able to get a person moving towards the result before the activity takes place, the more powerful that the entire thing that you're going to be doing at the activity itself is going to be. And in most cases, you will find yourself that you need to actually you don't have to do so much more during that meeting itself. So, for example, in this pre-frame, are you able to very strategically design something that is going to allow the person to see, for example, your credibility? Is there something that you're able to do that tells the prospective client that you're already doing business, right, with similar companies, for example? Right, now, we can go like real deep and discover many creative ways to really explore like what are the ways that we are able to let them be able to see here, feel that all these set of things over here, so that they are able to really have the right frame of mind and really be able to move towards like saying yes before they actually even meet you during the activities, during the sales meeting itself. Now, if you are able to do that, I believe it's going to be the biggest game changer for you. And if you are able to do that, I believe that it's going to make your work a lot more less stressful. You need to actually put in less effort. You need to do less, but at the same time, you're going to achieve a lot more. You're going to have a winning edge over your competitors. You're going to have a winning edge over your co-workers. You're going to have a winning edge almost every single thing because of one very simple human nature that we all exhibit. We all judge a book by its cover. So if that is the case, why not help the other person to put a right label that we can help them in order to influence them towards the way we want them to behave and react? All right, so once again, this is Ulysses. I truly hope that you enjoyed this video, and this one specific technique, pre-framing, is going to actually radically help you to change the outcome of your business and your life. Now, if you want to know more about this, go over to NLPmindcontrolmethod.com. Right, that is going to be like a full-blown process that I describe in detail and what exactly we teach under the field of neuro-linguistics programming. And I believe that is going to be something that is going to be so useful for you, and it's going to change a lot of things for you in your life and your business. All right, so once again, NLPmindcontrolmethod.com, and my name is Ulysses, and I look forward to see you on the other side.